All right, good evening everyone. So I'll come on 10 minutes before we start to see that the transmission is going on to my ghost hunting page. I'm just going to double check again. I know I've had issues with this before. Yeah, we're live. We're live, guys. Right, good evening. Good evening, everyone. New people that are joining. You're in a better place now. Yes, that's right, Lee. I am. Wow. Good evening, Alan. Ian's watching. We'll obviously shortly invite Ian to the chat in a moment. I've just got a couple of things to say before I start the live tonight. I want to thank, or a big thank you to Sarah Brady. She's the new admin of the page. She's done a really good job so far. She's done excellent. She's been posting some really good things on my ghost hunting page for all you guys to see. Thanks to Jan as well. Thanks to Stuart. Obviously, both of them are moderators. They're doing a great job as well as. Thank you for everyone that's joined. All the new members that have joined as well. I'm going to be saying a massive thank you to everyone who's joined my page so far. It's doing really well at the moment. It's gonna get even better. I'm gonna get some more guests. Hi Sarah. Hi sweetheart. Hi Dad. Hi how you doing? Hello to everyone else, all the new members as well. Massive thank you to everyone who supported me last year. We had some great guests on. I've got some great guests lined up for this year as well. So happy days. Happy days. Let me just see. I'll just wait for a few other people to come in and then we will start. We will get. Hi Simon. Happy New Year. Yes. I've had Simon on before. Great guest. Brilliant. Fascinating. Could listen to you, Simon, all day. Your knowledge is absolutely perfect. It's brilliant. To be honest. Hi Lee. How you doing? Yeah, we must meet up. We haven't seen each other for so many years. It's been too long as well. We need to meet up. I'd like to see some new tonight as well, guys. What I would like is for everyone to obviously get involved. You know, if you've got any questions that you want to ask Ian when he comes on, please do. That's what it's all about. It's obviously finding out about Ian, about what he does. I know he's a spiritualist medium. He's a paranormal investigator as well. He's been on quite a few events. But just seeing everyone else is coming. Hello, Karen. Hello, Martin. I think I last saw you I think it was last year at the old school. I think, if I remember right. My memory's terrible. Hi, Gary. I know a lot of people that are watching at the moment were watching me a bit earlier. Hi, Alison. Hi Linda. And what time is it? We've got a few minutes yet. We won't get the ball rolling as of yet. Young man. Gary's calling me a young man. No, I'm not. I really am not. Nice to see you. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year. Yes, I had a good Christmas and New Year. It went quick. Didn't it go quick? And I know I think I've just seen on the news as well that we're in for some bad weather. It's not a surprise really, is it? Because it's winter. We're in for some snow. Don't want snow because I won't be able to travel in my car. I won't be able to go anywhere. And I'll be stuck, which isn't a bad thing, I suppose. I'll just have to get my winter boots on. Yes, so hi everyone. You're younger than Gary. Am I? I'm not. Am I? I don't know. I thought I was like... I'm not younger than Gary, I don't think. I don't know, how old is Gary? Please tell us. Yeah. Right, okay. So what we'll do, it's 5 minutes to go, but I'm going to invite Ian to the chat now, if I can find him. And then we will get going. This is the thing, you see, with live videos, just trying to get... I've just sent out the invite, so hopefully Ian will be picking it up and he will be joining me very shortly. Ian's sharing the post now, which is good. Sorry, I've got a bit of a squeak on this computer chair that I've got. It's feeling a bit unsafe at the moment. If I do fall off it in the live, please don't laugh. Right, 53. Okay. Well, if you go 10 years more down than that, that's how old I am. If you go from 10 years down from 53. Yeah. Right. Okay. Aha. I'm just approving Ian now. Hopefully you can hear me. I think he will be able to hear me when he comes on. See, my sound on my phone keeps going at various points, but when we do both start get going, it should be right. It's just adding Ian now. Age is creeping up on me. It is. Right, it's just adding Ian now. I will say, Ian, if you are watching, it probably would be best if you were to get your phone. I mean, I know I should have said this before in a private message to you, but I think your phone needs to be on horizontal. Let's see if we can try it again. We will get Ian on. It just takes some while, but once we get the ball rolling. Hi, Daz. What's the topic for tonight? Well, the topic for tonight is that we were talking to Ian Griffiths. He's a spiritualist medium, paranormal investigator. We should be obviously going through his experiences and how he became a spiritualist medium. It's connecting now, so we should be.
Yes, we're on. Hello there. All right, a bit. That's it.
I always get this, so I always get this, but you know, as soon as we get on, it's great. Right, fantastic, fantastic to have you here.
It's nice to be here. You're very lucky, really, because I don't do lives very often. I keep putting off do readings, and
okay.
You've just got me going now, so I can do it.
Yeah, thank you for joining me tonight. There are a few topics because I know I've met you before, haven't I? We met at the Talbot Hotel, if you remember.
It was many years ago.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, and it doesn't feel that long ago, though, does it?
No, it's like it's flown, really, hasn't it? Really,
it has.
It has flown. All the years go by right now. As I get older, they go for like that.
They do, don't they? Because I know it was with HD Paranormal, which is Jane Harris's
Jane
company.
Harris, yeah. We did quite a bit for Jane for a while. Then she's changed direction, and we just carried on, really. So we enjoyed that a bit. So she did have some good locations to go to. So it was a good place, but I enjoyed it.
It was, wasn't it? And I know on that investigation that I did it with Stuart as well. He's a member of my group as well, and it was down in the cellar areas, wasn't it? That I think that there was a lot of activity, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was quite good in the cellar. I enjoyed it down there. So I think Jane put me down there because she knew there was some activity, but she never tells me anything. But it was good. I enjoyed it. So
yeah,
I like the cellar.
Because I know at the far end, because it is quite a warren, isn't it? There's quite a warren of
Get through the tunnel bit into the big room at the end.
There is, but there was one area, wasn't there, that I think that everyone that went down into that area, they did seem to feel as though that there was something not right about it, wasn't there?
No, it was a bit. The atmosphere was a bit eerie. It was eerie at times because we went down first before anybody came with like in the day, and like you're brushing the cobwebs away, and you think, well, nobody's been down here, so it was really the first time we've ever been. So anybody had been down there, really. It's quite good. It was good to do that, to brush your feet cobwebs away.
Yeah, I remember. I know that Jane took a few photographs as well that were quite interesting, if I can remember. And you could see a black shape down there, couldn't you?
Yeah, we took some pictures down there and videos about it. It was quite. We did pick bits and bobs up, but you just put them in the computer and just leave them there then. So, but it's good to. It is good to look back on a few photos that you picked over the years. So locations you've been to and things like that. So it's just got good. Enjoy it. So.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. And I know, obviously, the area that we were in. I mean, obviously, the stories that you hear from the people that actually work at the hotel. I mean, there were many areas, isn't there, within that hotel that are haunted. You know, you can go into like certain areas or certain bedrooms, and I think there was one, wasn't there? There was a few in the upper levels of the hotel.
Yeah, Jane and Simon had the room for the night, and Paulo was with then. There was a story that I came downstairs because we had walkie-talkies at the time. So I thought Paul said, "I'm down in the." I thought he said he was in the bedroom,
right?
And I thought, "Oh, I'll go back upstairs then," because I thought he waited for me up there. And he says, "Because I can't get in, the door's locked." A couple of yards but in front of the door, it's sort of, you could hear the lock go like it was undone for me. And I thought, oh, they're hiding in there, they're messing about, they're going to jump out the water. And I walked in, nobody was there. I thought it was locked. I looked in all the bathroom. I even looked in the wardrobe. I thought they're messing about here, but yeah. Somebody definitely. I went back down and I said, I thought you locked the bedroom up because all this personal stuff was in there as well. And he goes, "Yeah, I've got the key. This is the key." And I go, "Somebody unlocked the door to the bedroom as I was walking up to. You could hear the key go, and it was a good place. It was. I'd go back there again easy.
Yeah. But what gets me is when you hear and when you see those things, and you've got multiple people that are with you at the time, and they experience that as well.
Yeah,
it kind of gives it that. Well, hang on, there is something going on here, isn't there?
I've done this for years, like many years, but I still wonder. Think, oh, well, how's that happened? Why? So you do think yourself. So doing the work as well and doing the psychic thing at the same time, sort of thing, and you do wonder what is going on. I know you see things and I hear things and things like that, but it's just like, you still worry, you still think yourself, you think, oh, it's something. Then if you don't get frightened in this game, there's something wrong, isn't there? You've got to have that frightened thing as well. Even I still get the frightened bit. So
yeah,
but I enjoy that.
But obviously yourself, you're a paranormal investigator. You're this medium. Can I just ask, Ian? Obviously, I mean, I always ask this of all my guests, all the spiritualist mediums that I have on the show. When did it start? When did it start for you? When did it start? When did you think to yourself that you know that you were being obviously a spiritualist medium? What age did it start from? When did your experience start?
You don't really know, do you? Really? So the main thing was that when it must have been like 13, 14. I did used to go back and babysit for my brother in Ashby, and that's a good active place now, and on this estate. And I used to go like regular babysitting for him on a Friday, Saturday, you know. And I thought, I was sitting there and watching TV, and I thought, there's they've come in early. Why have they come in early? I thought, oh, they must be here for something. But I just looked in the doorway, in the corridor so you were coming in, and I saw this spirit coming down the stairs. That was the very first ever spirit I've seen that came down the stairs, and it just faded off. But then you start wondering, thinking, well, what's going on? Why am I seeing this? And why? It's an experience. And I said to my brother when because I seen it, I rang my mum at that age, you think, I'm going to ring my mum, see what's going on. And she said, didn't she tell you about it? I thought, no. Then you start picking things, then you start picking things up. What are you seeing, and what is real and what is not? Because this spirit was solid. I could see it clearly. It just faded off. And that was a really main, and that was like 13, 14, around there. Okay. But you don't really mention it at school, do you? No,
you don't. And was it? It must have taken you back. You must be thinking, well, what? I mean, has there been obviously previous family members?
It was
in your family?
My mum said it was my great grandma used to do it. She was Welsh,
Oh,
and she did it. So I thought, oh, that's why she gave it me then. So, but I enjoy it. I really do. I've had some really experiences and really good time. I don't say I'm brilliant or there's better ones than me, but I enjoy what I do, and I do enjoy it. I do enjoy what I do. So experience is brilliant. So
it does. And obviously, you obviously do multiple locations around the country still.
I still around. We sort of slowed down this year because I usually do with Paul Bosworth, and we've
Paul, very nice chap.
Good luck. We've done some things in our times, but this year we've been each other. We've been together for years now. He's like the biggest skeptic and everything, but he does feel and he does see, and he is quite good. And we do have a joke and a laugh about it. But you have to indeed. You can't be all serious in this one. So we do have a.
And do you actually find that? I mean, there's a lot of public ghost hunts that I've been on in the past, and you have to be. I mean, I've probably mentioned it before, but you have to be quite open-minded about these places. And
you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, it is best to, because you do get your skeptic ones that you do in your group saying, "Oh, it's all a load of rubbish." It's all. I think, well, you must enjoy it to come here. So but most of the time, the ones that don't believe are the ones that get something. Or get tapped, or I think somebody pushed me. But some of them say, "Can I have a word?" I say, "Yeah." He goes, some of them say, "I think I've been pushed." I was like, "Where?" And he goes, "Well, I still don't believe in it." I thought, "Oh, you just told me a minute ago you believed in it. If somebody pushed you." And I think, they're the good ones. I'd rather go for the spirits go for the skeptic ones, the non-believers, so they can prove that they are there. So it is quite.
I mean, Ian, do you, obviously being a medium yourself and a paranormal investigator, when you do go into a location, do you feel that the presences of spirits being there whilst you're going into the building, or is it something that you can feel from outside the building?
You can't. I don't like doing the history of it. I don't like to know anything about it. Like me and Paul's took me places that. But never heard of it. He won't tell me anything, and that's good. I like it the way that. But Paul knows all the history and he knows what's going on. But I do pick up sort of things while we're driving along. I used to say, "I can pick up this, Paul," and he'll say, "Oh, I'll tell you when I get there." But you know when he's there, because he has a little grin and he goes, "I don't know how you do it," but and you can pick things up on the way in the car or something like that, or you can see when you get there, you can see somebody outside waiting for you. Or, like the spirits there are there for your guide, and that's good because they're helping you as well. They take you the thingy bits.
I mean, obviously with a lot of locations. I mean, I've been to like a fair few prisons and stuff like that. And prisons can be quite, there's been a few. I've been to Shrewsbury, I've been to Gloucester, and all those places like that. And again, obviously, do you feel like the negative side of it as well? The negative feelings as well. Do they come across to you?
When I first started, I did with the psychic thing. I did all the God thing, the sort of love and light thing, sort of thing. And I had a time where I don't know. It's sort of they call it I'll say the dark side, sort of negative side. And I'm going to do some not hassle, but I'm thinking, I'm getting fed up with this now. I've had enough. I'm gonna pack it all up and change. This was only about 3 or 4 years ago. And I thought, I've had enough now, I need a rest, because I've done it for like 10, 12 years before, before a few years. I thought, I'm gonna pack it all up and find another hobby or something like that. Because things do drain you, and you think, it does take over your life, doesn't it? It does.
Paul's just written a message. He's put, remember the horse and carriage.
Where at the place?
He's not mentioned the place. He's just put, remember the horse and carriage. I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
All right. Yeah, Paul, if you could just say whereabouts it was.
Yeah.
But again, I've been out on locations and I've heard things like horse and carriages. You know, when I used to live in Worcester, when I started here, we went to a railway track area on a bridge, and I was with somebody else at the time. We were just leisurely walking home one late evening, chatting away, and we actually heard it. We actually heard it for, it must have been for about 5 seconds. You actually heard what sounded like a horse and a carriage.
It's like you hear things. It's like if you're on your own, you walk past things, you think, did I just hear that? Then you just carry on going, thinking, oh, it must have been something. It's like you can. I walk to work in the morning, and it's like you're always tuned in. It's like you can walk down the street, like the houses are there, and things come to the window, and you think, oh, then I'm going to break. I'm going to work. It's like, and you can see things, spirits come to the windows, or I walk through town in Swadlincote, and you can see things in town on the way to work or coming back at night, or you think,
yes.
Oh. And so it's like, I try to switch off sometimes, but I think if I switch off, I'll miss everything or stuff like that. And there was a time where, as you guide, you've got your guides and everything, and I've got this thing like, I'll push myself. I thought I always ask my guys if I can do it. They say yeah, or they say no. So I think I'm going to do it without asking. I got blocked for a day. They blocked me, and I thought, I've never been blocked. It was like an empty day, and I thought.
Paul just mentioned, I honestly can't remember the location, but you spent 15 minutes describing a beautiful horse and carriage waiting outside of the building.
I can't. What's that? Is that Sinai? I can't remember it. I'll ask him in a bit.
All right, yeah. But if you can, yeah, that'd be brilliant. If you can remember, and then put it on the comments, yeah, that'd be brilliant. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So they blocked me for the day, my guys, and that was it. It was terrible. I thought, don't do this. So I have to be good now. What I do, but I did have a go at. As I say, I went on the little overnight bit, and I wanted to change, and I was going to pack all up and everything. I go and finish, and I picked a day, I picked a time. I thought switching Facebook off the lot. Then Jane Harris came on. I thought, and she goes, "Can you just?" I goes, "I'm packing up. I'm doing." She goes, "Can you just do a reading on this photo of this doll?" And that was. I got addicted, so it was more on the a negative side. So I sort of went on that side. I wanted the negative things and started to collect these haunted dolls and things like that. Then I did get the really negative ones, and I did push myself with these. I lived with them for 8 years. There was in my house. Me and Paul did the board with them, and we did have some bad things, but I stayed with them. I locked them. But there was one time I thought, that's it. I'm getting rid of everything negative out the house. But I think you have to try these things before. Then you know what you're doing with your psychic thing. You know what you got to do. You got to do the nice thing, and you got to do the negative. That was my thought. I've got to try both, and I can deal with them then. So
yes, yeah, because I recently purchased a haunted doll, and it does interest me. Because weird things happen, and I don't know, and it is strange if you experience it. It can be quite frightening, can't it?
It can. I'll say me and Paul did a board here, and one night, and I'll say you have your guides, don't you? And the living room is like split into two, and we was at the far end this side, and this negative spirit was on the other, and all our guides, like Paul's 2 guides, came. You could see them all in a row just for protectors, and Paul just said, "I've had enough now. We've got to pack this up." And that was a fright. And we even thought we'd seen an angel at one time because it was that bad. And
really,
we did push it that night. We did. So we just packed it, cleared the lot, and that was it. So I think go through that fright, and it does still frighten you what you do. So. It's sort of, I can angle it now, sort of thing, but I like it.
It does, doesn't it? Because this is going to sound completely crazy, but the haunted doll that I had, and people are probably going to laugh about it, but I just felt as though I had to introduce myself to it because I was quite afraid to open the packet to get the ball out.
Yeah, you do. It's
good.
I love them. I do. We still got. I got rid of the negative ones. I gave them away, sort of thing, and it must have been a few days later. A friend of a friend brought this. Asked me if I wanted this spirited like log thing with the face on it, and I thought, oh, I've just got rid of all of them, but I'll have a go. And he brought it, and as soon as he brought it, I've seen the spirit of a woman. She was saying, "No, it's still here now. She wanders the house with the son, and we don't bother. She just potters around. She turns up when she wants to, a little shadow when she wants. Then I kept that, and that's still here. And then I found something on Facebook. I thought there was this bell, and I thought, oh, I like this bell. It was nothing spiritual about it, or nothing that just like this bell. So I bought it, cleaned it up. I thought I'll sell it on because we like antique things a lot. And when something would say we can't sell it, and so we hung it up. My neighbour made some bracket. We got Benedict Monk with it.
Wow.
And a girl called Alice. But he is active, but he isn't bad. He isn't negative or nothing. He wanders the house. He's our protection, and we see him. We can see the shadows in the lights and everything. But that's all we're having now. We're having no more. That's it. But it was a bit frightening, wasn't it? Because we was in bed.
But do you actually find, Ian, that obviously all these different items that you get that have spirits attached to them? Do you think this is going to sound bad, but do you think that they actually confront each other because they're within that same realm?
I think so, because the monk comes out, then he'll sort of disappear. Then the lady will come out, but they haven't got nothing against each other, not frightened of each other, but they take the turn sort of coming out. But it is quite interesting. One day you'll see the lady walk across in front of the telly, and you think, oh, come on, right? And then you got the Benedict Monk down there tapping or banging on something, and you think, I know but that is good. I don't mind that. That's fine. They're finding positive. But we was in bed one night, and I thought, he's upstairs. Why is he upstairs? And he stood there praying over us. I thought, why is he praying over us? But everything was all right, because the partner's having a baby soon, and he was like protecting us from everything. Just a little prayer, what he was doing for us. So bless him, he does look after us now. Yeah.
Obviously, with yourself, Ian, do you do actual readings as well from people's items? Do you do that side of it as well?
Oh, what? Sorry.
Do you actually do readings for people that have got certain items that were attached to their loved ones that are no longer here? Can you pick up on things like that? If someone was to bring you a ring of their mother's that is no longer here, you actually can pick the energies up off that.
You're sort of breaking up a bit then. I couldn't hear you well.
Right. I was just saying about obviously, say if someone came to you and they had a personal item, let's just say that it was would you be able to get the reading? Would you be able to do a reading for them from this item that they give to you?
Yes, you can pick things off. Like if they send me, I get quite a few photos saying, we're buying this off eBay. Is anything with it? And I either say yes or no. There's something with it all the time, because you do get ones on eBay that are just a story, aren't they? And so I get lots of photos saying, is there anything? I'm buying this off eBay. Is there anything with it? They don't tell me the story of it. I just say, yes, is this, and this. It's fine. They say, oh, I'll buy it then. And I don't mind doing that. It gives me practice, and it helps.
Yes. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? I think that's a really good thing. It's a really good thing to do. It really is. Obviously, readings. You actually do readings for people.
That come to I still do. Yeah. I do it on sort of my days off, really. So I wouldn't do it full time. I enjoy my work as well, so I'd rather do this separate.
But it must be pleasing for yourself and the person that you're giving the reading to
Yeah.
When their loved ones do come through and you're giving them that information, it must get quite emotional for both parties.
It does. I enjoy doing the reading. I don't want to go ripping people off and expensive. There's no point in all that. No. The readings that I do is quite good, really. I have to move about the house, so the spirits come in, and it's the children that always get me. Even I fill up. Even I've sat there and my eyes go up, thinking, "Oh, this is really." But I've got to tell this person what they've just given me, and it does get to you. It does emotionally. It does drain you. So if you got about a couple of 3 or 4 a day, it does get.
Because the strangest thing was, I mean, I've never done it before, but on the last investigation that I went to Craignos in Wales, and I actually had this lady's ring. And I had 2 spirit mediums with me at the time, and I've never ever done it before. And I was holding this ring, and I was closing my eyes, and I was focusing on this ring. And for some strange reason, I was coming out with information. About it was strange, and I actually blew everyone away that was around the table. I thought, I'm not a medium, I'm not a spiritualist medium, so how am I doing this?
It's just open-minded anyway, so they come in just coming to you. Everybody's got it. It's just practicing with it. It's just, it is quite. Once you start going with it, that's fine. You just need practice. But it is enjoyable in the readings. You do find out, because around here it's all Derbyshire into language. So I always decide that the people come in for the readings, and the spirits come in. So I don't like to change their word. I say if they swear at me, I swear at you, because you know them that way, or the little banter that they've got. So I don't never change anything that spirits say, because they recognise them more that way. Say hello, my duck, or bloody hell, or swearing, or something. They say, oh, that's how he said it, and that's how he did. You just got to go for the mannerisms as well. But why change what spirits say when you can just give that message? I've had a few that say, no, you silly bugger, why have you done that? Why have you spent that money on that? And they just laugh at you or cry or something like that, saying, yeah, that's my dad. But in them days, it's like all granddads look the same. It's like grandmothers, isn't it? Like the permy blue rinse hair. But you have to look for something on them, like like the grandmother's got a tattoo on their arm or something that stands out, or because I struggle with names sometimes. So and that's where I have to look for something or they tell me what to say, or I had 3 my ears pierced, or my eyebrow pierced, or something like that, or I got a scar at the back of my head, and that's how I just sort of recognise. Then that's easy then, because I do struggle with names coming through.
But it's quite incredible, because it really struck a note with me personally, because I came out with information that only this lady knew, and for some reason there were only single messages. That were coming through, but they were relevant, to the person that she'd lost. And I just kept getting bluebells in my head for some reason. And at the end of it, she said, "Oh yeah, bluebells obviously was because her brother had passed away, and that was what they put on his grave." And I just thought to myself,
once you get the discovery, it's like people at work, they'll say, is anybody with me? Is anybody with me? Think, oh, I'm not doing it. And I say, next thing you walk by them and say, there's this and this. And they go, how did you know? It's just like timing. The people ask you all the time, saying, is anybody with me? Is anybody with me? I say, we're at work now, or something like that, or you're out, or that's the first thing they say if you're out. They say, oh, it's psychic. You go, anybody with me? Think, oh, why now? So it is quite good. It is good, but sometimes you need that break from it. So
I mean, obviously going from a break from it, Ian. I mean, is there times when you go away from a location that you've been investigating on, and do you find that these spirits come back with you, or obviously when you go home, is that it? Is it all shut off, and you don't go from there?
Oh no. We do. I'll try and keep my house clear. I know I've got these 2 here, but I'll try and keep my house clear and nothing comes in. I've got some good guys that don't let things in my doorway, and like it's like on my bedrooms upstairs. I don't like it's. We've had things waking us up at night and you think, oh, that's enough now. I'm putting protection all around my bed or everything. And I do keep them out of there now. And because it just gets annoying sometimes thinking, oh, come on, I just want to see. Or they're tapping me on the back or tapping me on the head. Think, no, go away. I'm not talking to you. But I do put protection now. I say, ask my guys, say, keep them out of rooms. But now and then I think, I'll open the doorway downstairs and see what comes in, if I'm on my own or something. And things will walk in and say, can you give what's the name a message? You go, who? And think,
yeah,
who's Beryl? Or you could go shopping or something, and you're walking around and you see a spirit say, can you give Barbara a bit of a message for me? You think, you're in this supermarket and you've got about 300 people in this supermarket, who's Beryl? And it's things like that. Sometimes you try and cut off, but sometimes it is quite fun. But and doing it, but there is times that at work I do cut off, but but I try my best anyway. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the thing.
Next question is going to be what has been your most terrifying experience since you've been doing what you've been doing?
My worst one, I didn't have to go anywhere, and it was in my own house here.
Right, okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if I left something open and this is the worst. I don't know. I went to bed and I couldn't sleep and I came down and I was watching. It must have been last Halloween with Zach. It was the Haunted Museum. I was watching that.
Oh yes, yeah.
So I was laying on the settee and I must have dozed off or something. And I thought a partner Haley come down the light beside of me, and it sort of grabbed my leg. And next thing, it was like I was being dragged off the settee, off the sofa, and I was like dragged across the floor, and I was trying to grab the radiators. And I looked up, and I could see the program on what I was watching. So I was thinking, how can and that was the most frightening thing I've ever had. It was in my own house. And I just can't believe it. I don't know if I was dreaming or was it real. But when I woke, it was like I was thrown back on the sofa and I woke up. But this thing was attached to my leg, this grey figure thing. So, and that was the worst. But then now I don't stay down the stairs on my own notes. So I said, don't leave me down here. So it was like days. It took a long while to stay down here on my own.
Yeah, I mean, do you find that it does? Obviously, your energy levels get drained. Obviously, when you do go on these investigations, does that happen to you quite a lot, or does it not?
Oh, it does. It does drain you. Then you could sleep for days after you get the psychic hangover in the morning. It's like a big throb, and it is like an hangover, and it does drain you because people want to say, "Oh, can you do this now? Can you do that?" And you're going around and you're doing all these things. You think, oh, I'm really drained, I'm tired. But you do sleep. You can sleep for days after. With an event, you can. But here, you just do a little bit, or you do your own house investigations, or something like that. It's just quite good. I enjoy it still.
I mean, obviously, do you actually go and do locations as well, Ian, that are not very known out in the paranormal field? Because there are a lot of locations, aren't there, that people don't necessarily know about, and you go to, like, obviously haunted ruins or castle ruins or places like that. Do you do that as well?
I did I think it was just before Christmas. So I walked to Ashby from here because I like walking, and I thought I'll walk around the Ashby Castle, see what I can get. I was on my own, and so I stayed there for a couple of hours just to see what I can get, just to take the photos and things. I enjoyed that because sometimes you can pick your own things up or sit with the spirit and talk to them and things like that. But I do enjoy that. But we still do houses. I say me and Paul used to do houses, but we ain't done any for a bit. We've got some coming up this year. And I just still like going back to the houses, the old haunted houses that people have got problems with and things like that. You have to go back to basic things, but I quite like it. I still enjoy that bit.
Yeah, I mean, you've done quite a few, obviously, friends or people that you know, the house that they're having obviously experiences in. You do that as well?
In the houses? Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
We do quite a bit, few hours, because I still get messages saying, "Do you still come out?" And I say, "Yeah, we still come out, and we still do them. We like to stay well, quite a few hours and set the equipment up and just do what we used to right at the beginning. Really, that's how we started. So, and that's how it was. So
Yeah,
I enjoyed the
fantastic.
first houses. The first house was I did one in Woodville. That was amazing. That was brilliant. So, and Richard Felix used to go to that one. It was just a normal house, really. So,
Okay, okay.
it's,
Yeah, yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, I find that with a lot of locations that are not known, it's surprising how much activity you can get from them.
yeah.
To be honest,
I think
I mean,
some get drained. Some get you can get the people. I say people using events, and I ain't done any events for a while, and I think that some locations need a rest for a bit of it. I think you just need like I don't know. It just seems.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know what,
obviously,
I don't,
with obviously the actual equipment side of it, Ian, is there a certain specific item or piece of equipment that you like using when you're out on these locations? I mean, do you do a lot of EVP work?
I still use the old EMF meters and the old little trigger objects. I still use them, and but I've been using some apps that Brian Holloway's builds, and he's and we've done some. I've done the boards with them, and they're brilliant. Yeah, Brian's stuff is good. The stuff that he makes. And
I'm just going to stop you there, Ian, because I've just heard something then, and I don't know whether you heard it as well. I just heard something like a growl. Just then, as you were talking, I've just heard a growl.
I heard something. I thought it was just interference.
No. If anyone else heard that as well, because I will look back on it.
Yeah.
But that is so strange. It sounded as though someone was gurgling or something like that. It sounded, yeah, it was strange. Sorry to stop you at that, but I did hear it.
Fine. But Brian does some good apps, and we've done the board, and they've spelt the name out, and you can hear the voice as well on this app. So we've been doing that, and they are quite good. The apps with them. So we've been trying research with them really. So they write the name, spelt the name out, whoever it is. Then we ask if they can speak through the app.
Okay.
And ones that Brian's got from Brian, they do work, bro. They are good. You can hear the woman's voice or the man's voice saying their name as well. Okay, so we do things like that at home and do work as well. So.
And are these apps that you can get on the phone? Are they free ones to get, or is there an actual price on
some that Brian does at I can't remember, Play Store now or something like that. Brian does, or they're not expensive anyway, is it? But they are good ones. I quite like Brian's ones. I've got 2 or 3 of them now. So, but they do match up what we've done because I know what I can hear what their name, and they have repeated it on these apps. So. They do work. I think they do work quite well. On some of them, I would say I just use Brian. So.
Yeah, because I remember I've used a couple of apps last year. And when I don't know whether you're familiar. Are you familiar with Hereford?
No, the name rings a bell, sort of thing. So.
Hereford Museum. It's black and white museum in the centre of Hereford.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did an investigation there, me and my group, and we used one of those apps there at the time. And the stuff that we were getting was just off the scale.
I know.
Because it was relevant to the building itself, which I think was quite incredible.
But I'm not very good at hearing the apps, the voices. But my partner Ailey, she can hear all these names, and because she's sensitive a bit, and she does hear these voices. Like she'll sit and say, "Oh, hello, can you tell me?" And always this woman's voice comes to Alice. She comes. I think she's with the monk, and she always comes through, and they have a little chit chat together, and she can hear the words, but my ears are going a bit dodgy now, so but I can't hear them much with them. So, but you can hear the stuff. She'll say, "He's just said this," or "She's just said that." I thought, I can hear it, but she picks them up really well on it, so she does quite well.
I mean, obviously now, are you doing as many investigations this? Are you doing anything new this year then, Ian? Is there anything planned?
I've got a few set up with Paul.
Okay.
We're going back to a pub. I think I did many years ago when I really first started. But Paul says he's got us back in again, so we'll go back in because we're more experienced now than we did. I wish we got the experience then as we have now.
Right. Okay.
It would have been a lot better there because years ago we started off at the Old Hall. Like in 2002, 2003. That's when they started opening up. We kept asking if we can go upstairs. They kept saying no. I say, can we just go up? There's only us 2, 3, and so we sort of then started the ghost walks there, and you start thinking, oh, every month is getting a bit thingy at Grassy Hollow. So we sort of, when we started going upstairs, there was no floorboards. There was nothing, just the tiles, the beams upstairs, and.
Wow.
I can remember putting the boards down there and putting some extra flooring in.
Right, yeah.
So many years ago. But now
because you can pick up quite a lot of energies from the buildings themselves, can't you? Of obviously what was or has been held in there in the past. Because I think if you agree with me, that history is a big part of the paranormal, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The history is. So I just don't like to. I just don't like to know anywhere where I'm going because I just don't think somebody knows really what the history is, so you just compare it what picks up. And times I've gone into my own trance and the room's changed now, I can see it, and and that is good because I like the Victorian outfits and what they wore, and you can see all the bright colours that they wore being inside.
Yes.
So it is really nice. It is really good. I think you just do it just for that. So, but you do see some raw.
Sorry, that that I used at the Hereford Museum was quite incredible because it came through with the suggestion of window and a hole in the floor. Now I'm thinking, right, okay.
Yeah.
So we were on the second level of the house of the museum itself. And when it said window and it said hole in the floor, I'm thinking, okay, what's that relevant to? So I went to go and have a look, and you could see that in the floorboards there was a dent. Now, I don't know whether the place has been attacked or a cannonball had come through the window. I don't know.
Yeah. Or something to come through it.
But that to happen was quite. It just blew my mind. I'm thinking, what? You know,
it just puzzles you what you get. Even I'll get puzzled and thinking, why did I get that? Why? But I think you've got to be like that. You've got to enjoy it to do it. But there's a lot of groups out there now, aren't they, doing the same thing, sort of thing. But you feel old doing it now. You think, oh, these new.
Now, Paul's just put. I think that the house clearings that we've done are extremely rewarding. So you've done house clearings as well as.
Yeah, I did them really for many years. I did them for them, but I enjoyed the going back because me and Paul always said we got something. We would say, how much would you charge? We'll say, all we want is coffee and a packet of hobnobs. That's all we need. And we've got there. And me and Paul sat there again. We've got 2 packets of hobnobs. I say we only do manor houses for 2 packets of hobnobs. But we've done many things like just for hobnobs. But we've enjoyed the house and we've cleared them and we just keep in touch with them for days after as well, see if anything comes back. And they've been fine. I've got 1 or 2 that's like snuck back, but we do like the houses. So
yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Obviously, getting feedback.
I think people ought to practice on more of the houses. Get more involved with them and build up. But I wish I'd had the experience then that I have now. So. I wouldn't do so many, you know what I mean? Because I enjoy it.
But like you said, when you actually go back to these locations that you've already done, you know, and the more experienced that you are, obviously at doing what you do, best. Like you say, you are going to get more. You are going to get more activity from it, aren't you? I just think that's the case, isn't it?
Yeah. If you go back, I say I've tried. It's like years I ain't been for Gracie O'Donnell, and I think it was the time when I went back last year, and it felt like they still know me, sort of thing. Like they're still coming towards, still coming. But I tried to get away, trying to say, "Oh, I'm not psychic, nothing. I went on my own thing." Then you go, "Could you just give us an hand?" I think, "No, I'll just come out." That's what you do. You can't get away from. So I don't mind going to helping each other groups out. I don't mind it. So I've done a couple there last year, so I don't mind going. I enjoy the place also. But the other locations I've been to is quite good. I won't mind going back to the Ram Inn because I ain't been.
What did you think to the Ram Inn? How many times have you been, Ian?
I've been once. That was like 8-9 years ago when John was there. Then
yeah. And what kind of things did you get from obviously when you went to the ancient Ram Inn? Did you find that, because it's obviously well known, there's a lot of stories obviously behind it as being one of the most haunted places in Britain.
There was when we went. I went into the barn. It'll say, in first place, you just walk about, see if you can pick anything up. But we had a big group. It was a big group, and I thought I'll go and look in the barn outside. There's about 5 of us then, and I felt something. I don't know if you've been to there's like the peak bit of the barn, and I could see something like coming across. I thought, that's weird. What's that? And I sort of looked at, and there was this thing crawling on the ceiling, and it went down the wall and through the door, and that's the worst. I thought, what's that? Even I thought, what is that? But we couldn't see it again. It was just that time that I'd seen that. You could see the shadow of it as well going in. So I think it was a good place. I wouldn't mind going just a few of us again. So instead of a big crowd, I'd rather.
Yeah. It's not a relatively big place to go and do investigation, is it? I mean, like you said, the smaller the group, probably the better it would be, obviously, for people who want to go and investigate the ancient itself. But I found, for me personally, going to the Ram Inn, I found that the attic was quite something wasn't right up there.
No, it wasn't. I weren't in. I don't think it was up there long. I think the red room that with the beds with the red covers on with the fireplace. I sort of liked it on there because my son went as well, and my son's a little bit sensitive. He likes doing it, but he thinks, "Oh, that's it. I'll do my bit and I'll do my video in," because he used to do our videos and he kept saying, "I don't want to stay in much longer." I say, "Why?" He goes, "I can feel something on beside it." Because it's fine. Just don't. I goes, "Just keep videoing," and he goes, "That's it, I'm moving." So he could sense something there. I could see something next to him. I thought, I won't tell him yet because he'd be a bit scared of stuff. And but it is. I quite like the Ram Inn. I wish I could go back. So there's something there.
Well, obviously, what other have you done Woodchester Mansion?
No, I won't mind going to back because I haven't done it. I say I haven't done it. I've done stuff. Really stuff staying with the haunted objects. I've just got stuck into them here as well, and I do let things in. I do let spirits in. I say I've done EVPs in my own house and caught something, or things that I've picked them up, and I think, I can just invite them here. It'd be a lot easier than clear them up after. And I've done that. I do a lot of things at home and what we got and what we do. So
obviously reviewing, not obviously the electronic voice phenomena that does happen on digital recorders. It's very time consuming, isn't it?
Yeah, it is listening through. You think, earphones on all the time. But I enjoy it. There's some that I've still got that 2 months ago that I think I did in the house. I think, is there anything on there? Because you could sit there ages and there's nothing on it. And and it's like, but I've got to go through it. But I can't remember what I asked for anyway on that. But I just it's just little things that I need to catch up with now, because I did have sort of a break, sort of do bits last year. So, but now I want to get back more.
Yes.
So,
once you get that bug, and you want to know what the next thing is, it's really hard to stop it, isn't it?
Well, I seem to want something more, like a bit more of a challenge again now. I think, because I don't know why. I think I want to go that, like, I don't know. I'm still thinking do like the negative stuff, but I don't mind that. I sort of can angle that a bit more now. So
there's obviously different beliefs and stuff with that side of it, though, isn't there, Ian? In a religious side of it, you know, are there demons? Do demons exist? I mean, we don't know. I mean,
no, is it? Because it's like the Americans bring it all up. Nothing against Americans if you watch it. Right? They seem to bring, like, on the program, there's lots of demons coming. Then we have demons here. I think, well, how do you know the demons? How do you know even the negative stuff that I had here? And there was negative, really. There was locked away, and I protect them. Even they drove me down. It really got me down, because I had this one. There was one that I cleared the house and I brought it here because years ago he was abuser, a child abuser, and I wanted him out the house to sort it out here. Then we took it, and I thought I got rid of him, and he went. And I was ill one day, and I was really down, and he came, and he stood here, kept saying, "You're nobody. Look at the failures you've done." And he kept doing that all day because I was ill, and I thought, I was really ill, and I thought, I can't cope with this. You could just driving me down. He could, if somebody was like that, and he was saying, look at the things that you've done in your life that you can't do, and you still can't do them now, and you can hear that voice there, and you think, and that really drives you down. I thought, I've got to do something. I've got to get rid of this one now. So he's gone. It took me. It took you over the edge. That one could. Things like that, and you do get your negative ones. You do. I think I've just got to that point yet. You think you've got to beat them. You've got to beat this negative and this thingy ones. Just to. I think if you do the psychic thing, you've got to do the both. I think personally, people stay on the little art thing, as they call it, and I think I've got to test that dark negative side. So I did, and I didn't mind it actually, because it was a challenge. Just boosts you more, doesn't it? So, and that's why. So I'm still playing Paris for that.
What are your views on Ouija boards then, Ian? I mean, do you do a lot of Ouija board stuff? Or
I like it.
Yeah.
I think if you do it right and don't mess about with them, use them as properly as you can, because I do them in the house and I don't mind it. I like them. I do. We get some good stuff on them if you've done them right. I've got good guides. I put a dome over it, and one of the guys stands near the door of the dome and lets who we sort of, who my guide won't think or harm us or give us thing, but it does throw one in now and then. It does throw one in, so you think you just got what you, because you guys teach you things. So being all this nice thing, comes up on the board, I'm Mary, I'm born then, and I think, so that's nice chatting to you. And sort of thing, it'll throw one in, you think, it's saying this don't feel right. And as your guide, it'll say you've got to learn to control that, or get rid of it, or do something with it to get it out. So that's how you learn, I think. Because I don't mind that. I think, it's going too easy, this Ouija board is. But you gotta respect it. That's all you got.
Yeah, you've got a lot of respect.
I'll make a dome, and it's for myself, and that is it. Whoever's down the board.
Because everyone's got their own ways of obviously doing it, and I think that's a good way of doing it. Ian, I've got to ask you this, because I obviously ask every spiritualist medium that I ask. You know, has there ever been a time when obviously the spirits have tried to overtake you? Obviously, when you're in an investigation, do the spirits feel as though or do you feel as though a spirit can enter your body and take over?
I wonder sometimes, if you've already got a spirit, how can another one enter? That's how I always thought of it. They can come close, they can really come, But I don't think they could take over because you've already got a spirit yourself, haven't you?
Yes, yeah.
That's how I think so. I don't know how anybody else thinks, or just my opinion. I think I cannot. If one comes close, I know when they're coming close, so I move them back, and my guards will move them back if they're bad or something like that. But I always ask, and but I can see them really coming close, but not. I don't think myself personally could take over yet.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's interesting.
You've already got a soul, a spirit, haven't you? So
yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Obviously with yourself, yeah, you've worked with HD Paranormal, Jane Harris.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Have you ever? Because I know that the doll that she used to have, Peggy the doll.
Yeah, we did
it.
In
which is now Zach. I think Zach Baggins has got the doll now in his museum.
Yeah. So I've seen it. It was on Haunted Museum that night, wasn't it? The Halloween one, and it is still there. But
yeah,
we met Peggy at Derby Jail. She took a Derby Jail when we did an event with her. I quite liked it. It was fine. I seen the spirit that was with it standing in the corner of the cell, but. Oh, yeah.
And you didn't feel uncomfortable at all when you.
No, it's probably just me. It's just, but I thought it was all right. So there probably was something else with it, but you just watched it in there, don't you?
Obviously, there's been many stories, haven't there? Obviously, even a picture of Peggy the doll, and people have been affected by it. You know?
Yeah, I've heard. I think it depends how it affects you, really, don't you think? But I say there was a big group again, weren't there? So, but I believe Jane what there was in there.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yes.
And did you experience any activity whilst you were in Derby as well when you had Peggy there?
He did on the board because they kept going through because I was doing the board with them in the same room. But she did. Peggy the doll spirit did come on the board. It did then go again, then come back. It was like that. So we could see this spirit thing in the corner, but it didn't make it. You knew something was there.
Yeah. Okay.
This thing, but couldn't really make it out. So it's got a good. It's got a good doll. So.
Yeah. What did you think of Derby Goal itself? Obviously, we all know that Richard Felix obviously was a part of that. But I've been once, and I can say this now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a good. We did a thing once. We filmed with Burton TV News, a friend of mine that does that, and we filmed with Richard for the day. It's still on the. But there was only about 4 of us, so it was active. He did because it was better in the day. It was in the day as well because we did it in the day, and it's still active, and it is quite good. It is quite active. It's not everything comes out at night though, is it? Because it's still there in the day. There's at night.
Oh yes.
So it was quite active in the day. It was quite good. And
because I know the actual one of the condemned cells. I think. Is there 2 or is there 1? I can't remember. There's 2 or 3. I can't remember.
Then there's the one at the end. Is the little museum thing that he made into.
That's right. But I remember going into one. Now I went into one. You know, I was with 3 people. They were complete skeptics, but I went into the one where, if you remember back, I mean, I'm talking about obviously Most Haunted now. When they first. I mean, this is going back, 2001, 2002. Obviously, when Most Haunted first started. And they actually caught the evidence, didn't they, of the cross that was on the paper?
Yeah.
Now, I actually sat in the exact same spot where that happened. And this is no word of a lie. When I was sat there, I was sat in the position that I had someone sat next to me on the right-hand side of me. Yeah. And I felt as though I had my little finger was tugged like that.
Yeah.
And my hand was down here. And I was thinking, what? It did scare me at the time. I'm thinking, well, what was that? It was pitch black, and there was no one sat on my left-hand side, and that was the same area where this cross moved.
It is a good place. Derby Jail is a good place. So I haven't seen many do events there for a bit, but I won't mind going back if there is one. I quite like it. You could, if you do events, you're not really doing your own thing, are you? but you're always trying to help somebody else out. But I think just sometimes we should go just as public and do your own thing. Or
because I know when I went there, obviously, I think Richard's team had quite a few gadgets there that they used, and I think there is a name for it, but I can't remember what the name of the gadget that we were using. But basically, it was obviously it was like a planchette with a long thing, but it was bendy.
Yeah.
And the results that we were getting from that when we were using that, you know, people just putting their fingers on and it was bending to whichever direction it was going in. We did a lot of glass work there as well. And that was quite incredible. The energy's there at Derby Dale is massive. There's huge energy that's there.
It's like years you go to and then you'll have years go by, then you think, I haven't been back there for ages. It's like the ram in. It's like, I won't mind going back now because I've got more experience and know what you're doing. It's like Derby Jail. It is a good place and Richard runs a good one. And I won't mind going back there now, but you just sort of mention it and you think about it. It's the old ones now that you think about, isn't it? So
that's right, yeah. And as I say, I've only ever been once and I would love to go again. It
will be good. I haven't been for a while. For a couple of years.
One of my favourites, but obviously things like pubs are quite good locations as well.
Yeah, we've got more pubs up soon. We're supposed to be doing it this week, but it depends what I think changed my shift or something like that. So.
Yeah. But pubs, obviously, because they're public houses, you know, they've been public houses, they've been highways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever done the Station Hotel in Dudley?
I've heard of the Station Hotel. That was when years ago when I heard about that one. I've never been, but
no, I've heard good stories
like
about
one you've had for going back years when you first start into it and things like that. You think, oh, what's that? Where's that? And you read the stories about them, and it's like when Richard had the Heritage Centre. That was like haunted because that was on Most Haunted as well, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And they did 3 locations, actually, I still remember. And so that's when I sort of started doing in 2003, 2002, around there. You watch Most Haunted. I think everybody watched Most Haunted.
I think they are. I mean, okay, you know, we all say about it now.
Yeah.
You know, because they haven't done themselves any favours. That's what I'm going to say. But it obviously kick-started, you know, the paranormal field off, didn't it, really?
It did, I admit. I used to watch it, and it kicked me off, because I brought my Sony camera. I thought, oh, it's like a big brick. It was like, but it worked. It did the job. I had that for years. I thought, these modern ones are coming out. I thought, no, this is my trusty one, I like this. But it broke. And that's and it was. Most Haunted started you off, the ones that were the oldest, as I say, and it did start you off. I think they was looking for something then.
Yeah, because I think obviously there's new things that people can add into the because obviously a lot of programs, you know, that I watch as of late, it all seems to be sort of the same thing, but it needs something a little bit more fresh and new to come in, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does now. I think because it seems to be there is some good teams that I've watched, some good teams on here, but everybody seems to be doing the same. You want to push at something. I don't know what yet, but I don't know. It's that idea, isn't it, that somebody's got. So, is it all technology now, or do we go back to basics?
Yeah, but I think the basics for me.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's still the best way. I'd rather just stick to the basics, because I think because I've said it many times on the lives that I've done in the past with guests that I've spoken to here, that the best tool for ghost hunting is yourself, isn't it? Because you've got so many senses.
I hear you, friend. I can remember going to remember the sensors that Most Haunted had that we had then. There were sensors that you cross through, and it was a loud beat, wasn't it? I've still got them. They're still under the stairs in the box. I picked them up from Derby. I can remember fetching them. I thought, oh, I've got my first things, and the EMF meter come. I've still got them, the old ones that. The side. Yeah. I've still got them. I don't want to. I put them on one day on the photo, and I says, "Oh, I still got me old." And people are like offering to buy them off me. I thought, no, this is my first lot, like 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the old tape recorder, with the small the small cassette in, and
Yeah.
I do use it, and you do still get
Yeah.
things on it.
That's good. You always
quite
caught
important.
something on them, or your buzzers went off, or you took. I've got a little Sony like camera, digital camera. I thought, oh, it's only about this because at the time it's the only thing I could afford then. So I bought it.
Yeah.
I've still got it, and it still works. I still use it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in my thingy. So and yeah, it still works.
Yeah, that's
still,
great. It's great. Right, Ian, it's coming up to 9 o'clock. Would you believe? It's gone too quick. It's gone too quick. I'd like to thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's been good. It's been nice to catch up.
It's been a real pleasure to have you on, buddy. All the best for later, later on in the year. If you do get to any locations, give us a shout, because I would love to go with you again, because I did really enjoy the Talbot Hotel when we were there, especially the séance at the end. I thought that was fantastic. If you can remember, the actual séance we did at the end at the Talbot Hotel.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fantastic, because there was quite a lot of people there, and the energy that was going around the circle, I thought was fantastic.
That was. It's hard with big people. It was. You drained as well. I think we should have had it at the beginning of the big séance, and because it does drain you at the end, and things come through, and you're getting tired as well. I think it's the end of the night and doing the séance thing.
You do, yeah, you do.
But
obviously, with doing things like that, I mean, because I know the time was from about 8 o'clock till 1 in the morning. I mean, one last question: do the spirits, or are the spirits there all the time? Is there not a certain time when you don't get any activity?
You could do, couldn't you? Because the people, they don't just stay there. They know you're going. The spirits all talk to each other, say, "Oh, there's a group going there. We're going to go there," or so they all go. You could have spirits from the shops across the road there, or the pubs up the road, all come to that one just to get noticed and somebody to speak to. So they probably think, "Oh, he spoke to us. I'm going back." So it could be something like that, or not. It could. Everybody brings somebody, don't they? So séance thing, you do more personal readings on séances than you do anything else. So, and it is, you think, but in public, you've got all these messages.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you, buddy. I mean, have you actually got your own website, or have you got your own page that people can come on?
No, I've just got my own page on Facebook. I did have I was thinking about starting. I did have one, then I closed it down. Then, but I'm doing a new page in the next few days on Facebook. So,
well, if you want, obviously share it onto my page. People obviously that have seen the interview tonight can obviously have a look at your page and see what you're all about. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to have these obviously lives. People because you're a spiritualist medium. You do a fantastic job. And I think it's good that people out there can obviously see what you're, the good work that you're doing. I'm
a best, then that's all I do.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right, Ian. Thank you ever so much.
All right. Thanks very much, then. Okay.
Pleasure. I'd like to thank everyone who's joined us tonight. It's been a real pleasure, buddy.
Thanks very much.
All right. Take care, Ian. Take care, mate. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.